In this exercise, I'm going to show you, among other things, how to automatically rearrange your artboards into even rows and columns. I've saved my progress as 10pagejumble.ai, so things are getting better inside of the O1 Make Doc folder. First thing I want to do is update these big yellow numbers so that they correspond to the artboard numbers. And I can do that by switching over to the Type tool. You get the Type tool by pressing the T key. And that not only selects the Type tool, of course, but it also switches you out of the artboard edit mode. And I'll drag over the 8 like so and change it to a 4. Then I'll drag over the 4, change it to a 5, drag over to the 5, change it to a 6. A bunch of busy work going on here. I don't feel like I have to narrate every single second of this. I'm going to drag over the final 4 and change it to a 0 because we don't have room for a 10 in that spot. Or at least I, for one, would not find it aesthetically pleasing. Now I'm going to switch back to the artboard tool, and notice I'm doing that manually. I'm not pressing Shift-O, because if I had pressed Shift-O, I would have entered a capital O at this location because I was editing text. Now the O is still active, and I don't really want it to be active. That is, it's selected here inside of the artboard. So I'll go up to the Select menu and choose Deselect, which you can also do by pressing Control-Shift-A or Command-Shift-A on the Mac. All right, notice that artboard 10 is selected for the moment. Also notice under the Object menu, you have this new command called Artboards here inside Illustrator CS5. And notice this command right there, Fit Artwork Bounds. And what that's going to do is it's going to expand the selected artboard so that it exactly includes all of the objects throughout the entire illustration. So check it out. I'll go ahead and choose that command. And 1 through 0 are now contained inside of this enormous artboard. All right, obviously I don't want that, so I'll press Control-Z, Command-Z on the Mac to undo that modification. You can also, incidentally, resize an artboard to exactly fit its contents by double-clicking on it. That's another option available to you. And you may look at that and you may say, well, there's an awful lot of headroom and room at the bottom as well. But bear in mind, where text is concerned, Illustrator's always seeing the potential ascenders rising upward and the potential descenders going downward that are associated with any given font. So even though we're seeing a 0, Illustrator is seeing every single character available to this typeface. Anyway, I still don't want it, so I'll press Control-Z, Command-Z on the Mac to undo that modification. What we want to do is rearrange all the artboards, and we're going to do that by going up to the Object menu, choosing Artboards, and then choosing Rearrange. That's one way to get to it. Perhaps a more convenient way, if you have your Artboards panel up on screen, is to go over to the Artboards panel flyout menu, this little icon right there, click on it, and then choose Rearrange Artboards like so. And it doesn't matter which artboard is selected, you're going to change all of them. Notice these are those same layout options that we saw inside the new document dialog box, but really haven't seen since. So you can change the layout grid if you want to. Mine is fine the way it is. However, columns should not be 3. It should be 5 so that we get 2 even rows. Spacing is still set to 1/3 of an inch, but you can increase that spacing value if you want. And I'm going to take that up to 0.5 inch, which I'm entering with a double quote mark there. Very important. You get to that by pressing Shift quote. And then let's go ahead and move the artwork with the artboard. So turn that checkbox on, click OK, and the deed is done. That's all there is to it. It's amazing how much control you have over your artboards here inside of Illustrator CS5. In the next exercise, I'm going to show you how to save your modifications to a new document.